Hi everyone, it's Natasha. Welcome to my video and my channel. I hope you like it. Give me a thumbs up or leave me those incredibly wonderful comments that I've been getting. If you want to subscribe to my channel, I'd be very, very happy about that too. So right now I want to talk about my experiences inside Louis Vuitton. I want to talk about first the experience I had with my friend in Sunset, downtown Los Angeles, in the state of California. This was the Louis Vuitton store that was near the Chinese Theater. So my friend and I, we were in there, and it was our first time in California, so we're taking a lot of pictures. And she wanted, the both of us wanted to get pictures taken. We were in the store, we wanted the bags in the background and stuff. We were having a good time. She was on vacation. So when we did that, just like a sales associate just came bolted and ran towards us and said, "You can't do that. You have to stop right now." It was really like uncomfortable and very embarrassing, to the fact that I didn't think we were doing anything bad. All we were doing was like documenting her visit, her vacation. We were at Louis Vuitton and we wanted to show their beautiful items. And I believe after they said that, we didn't really stay very long. I think we just kind of left, and it was kind of unpleasant because of that. I didn't think they needed to do that. I see a lot of people doing that today, and I don't know why they just did that to us, but they did. My other incidents going to Louis Vuitton is the Chicago store on Michigan Ave. This was a few years ago. So I went in, and I was speaking with this sales associate. I don't remember her name. A sales associate, and we were kind of chit-chatting, and she was all like, "Hey, how you doing?" and all this stuff. It wasn't like that overly excited or happy. And I don't think I used my Louis Vuitton bag that time. Yeah, I don't think I used my Louis Vuitton bag that time. And I wanted to see how they treat people in a way. But I was also wanting to buy a bag. And a lot of times when I go to like stores before, I usually use like a bag that I don't really care about. So it wasn't like all fancy, but I'm still a customer. So I went in, and I think the Speedy Bandier just got released, I think that year, or maybe a couple years already, I don't know. But it never caught my eye, I think. Oh yeah, it's already been released for a few years, but Speedy never really caught my eye, due to the fact that it's mostly a top handle for decades and decades. And I just never thought it was very beautiful or very pretty or interesting or eye-catching, anything to me. I don't care if nobody else thinks it's eye-catching, but I want it to be eye-catching to me. But that was the first time that I saw the Speedy Bandier in the damier ebene print in person. So I said, "Can I see the, what size is that?" And she goes, "That's the 30. And I go, "That's the 30? It looks bigger than I imagined." And I said, can I please see it?" The second I said that, she walked away, and she went to a group of 4 or 5 women that just came in and also wanted assistance. I was really embarrassed at the time. I don't remember if I stayed like a 30-second stay for a little bit, or I just left. But I didn't linger very long. So that was one of the bad experiences. And just so you know, every time I visit Louis Vuitton, I have never been offered water. I have never been offered champagne like other people have. Never been offered that. Just to clarify. And I have gone in person to purchase an item as well. But I've had I think even just one bad experience, it makes you kind of sour to go in there and kind of give a sales associate like, you know, a commission or some kind of bonus tally. Like, oh, I've sold this amount of items. Anyway, my other time was same store, Chicago, Michigan Ave. That's the only store I've been to in Illinois for Louis Vuitton. I've never been to their Oak Brook, and I believe there's also a different one in Nordstrom somewhere. And I don't remember the other one. But I believe there are like 3 stores for Louis Vuitton. There's only one flagship store, and the other 2 are in a department store, like a Saks or a Nordstrom. So anyway, I go in there, and I see the Totally MM and the Damier Bean. I was going through a phase of wanting only Damier Bean at the time. I don't like them anymore, if you've seen my other videos. And I'm kind of glad that, you know, I didn't buy the Speedy Ventier 30 in the Damier Bean. And I'm also glad that, anyway, I'm not gonna do the ending for this one. But anyway, I'm glad I only had a few Damier Bean items, because I would have had to get rid of most of them and only kept the ones with sentimental value. So I went in. I was ready to buy a new bag, and you know, these aren't cheap. They're not $50 or anything. So I go in there and I'm taking my time. I'm looking around for my options. The Totally MM caught my eye, and I believe the Totally MM just got released that year. So I went in and I saw the Damier Bean. It was so beautiful. There was a sales associate there, or an SA, and I asked her, "Can I please see the Totally, you know?" And I pointed that one, and then she placed it down. I said, "You know, what size is this?" She goes, "This is the MM. That's the PM." And I think she put both of them in front of me. They're both Damier Bean. I didn't want to look at the monogram. Excuse me. So I had a fur coat on, but I didn't have like, I don't know. I mean, I had like a thick fleece sweater inside. I had my yoga pants, my Ugg boots, but this is what she said. She said, "That really looks more on someone a little bit more professional." And I was just like floored. I'm thinking, why would she say that to me? Like, why does it matter what I'm wearing to the bag that I have? I don't understand this. So I just said, "Oh, really? You think so?" She goes, "Yeah." And I tried it on with my coat, both bags, and it really was kind of tight, because I have to wear fur coats in the colder months. I can't. I've tried using like down jackets and like thick parkas, and I'm still really cold, very cold. I don't know why. It makes other people warm. It doesn't to me. I've tried, and I'm allergic to wool, so the most beautiful coats you could ever have, I believe, are wool, and I can't ever use those. I've tried alpaca wool, I've tried cashmere, and it doesn't work. The only thing that works for me and keeps me warm is the fur coat. So anyway, I had on my fur coat with a hoodie. It was the chinchilla, I think, that I had. So it's multicolor. It's like kind of a dirty white and a black and a brown and a gray, I think. And it's really thick. So I also kind of planned to use that one just because it's really thick and I love it. It's one of my favorite coats. And so I wanted to see, you know, if the strap handle or the strap drop would be good enough for me. And I felt like it was really kind of tight. And then of course her rude comment, I just didn't like that. So what I did after was, okay, I'll just think about that then, since I don't know, it feels kind of tight coming on and off. That's all I said. I didn't really say, because you said I have to look more professional to fit with this bag. So what I did for like the next 20-30 minutes was ask her to get a lot of different things, put it on the counter for me to look at, for me to test out, and I never bought a thing from her. I left there making her do a lot of things because of her very rude comment that I really didn't believe I deserved. I mean, money is money. I don't understand why she was just really snotty about it. I went in there determined to get a bag, and I left without anything because I was really hurt, embarrassed, and she made me feel small, you know. And I mean, I've been in luxury sales, a lot more expensive items than what she was selling, and these items are like minimum 5 digits, 5-6 digits for sale, and I would sell one piece for 50,000-60,000. That's one day's work. And for her to just, you know, kind of say that because I wore just a fleece sweater, and let's see, I wore my Ugg boots and they're really plain, and then I wore just yoga pants. I didn't look very fancy. I didn't have a lot of jewelry on. So I guess to her, you know, probably wasn't in her personal standard for someone that actually had the money to pay for the items that they sold. So I went through, I looked around at even things that I would never buy. So I asked her, oh my gosh, these are really pretty. Can you show me those? Blah, blah, blah. Like for a half hour nonstop. So after that, at some point, I think, you know, she can't really just say, are you going to buy anything? I mean, she can't just say that. That's whatever. I mean, she said what she said, and she could have said that if she wanted to, but she didn't. And I think she kind of knew at some point that, you know, I was doing what I was doing because she humiliated me, and she was kind of out of line for that. So afterwards, I just go, you know what? I'm just going to look around. I'm not really seeing what I want right now. I thought that I would come in here and make that decision, but it's not happening right now. So I'll let you know if there's something that I want to see again, or look at, or want to buy. And then I just left before she could say anything. I just kind of turned around and looked at other stuff. Just, you know, spent like an hour in there and just looked at things, kind of looking like the quality control inspector and looking at things all the time. So that's what I did. I know I was petty in what I did right after that, but I don't know. It just, I was really kind of a little upset about it. And, you know, I'm just thinking, I didn't look like I was a bum. And she said that to me. I'm just picturing somebody like wearing something more casual than I am, going in there, and she would say that. Like, I just felt like everybody else that have probably also been spoken to rudely, it's like I felt like I was combining everybody's humiliation and disappointment, and just I took it out on her. I mean, she was the one that did it. It wasn't like I took it out on a stranger that never, you know, said anything rude to me or anything. Plus, it's her job, so I let her sweat it out. So the good experience that I've had was, it was kind of good. My husband surprised me in buying me a bag, and we went in there, and we were very newlyweds. We've only been married less than a month. He just sprung up on me one day and said, how about we go to Louis Vuitton and buy your bag? So we walked the 3-4 blocks, and we went there, and I was looking at a bag and all that stuff, and the SA, she never offered us anything to drink, not water, not champagne, nothing. And the couple next to us, I think because they were dressed better than we were, they were offered champagne, like the whole bottle. And they were drinking and all that stuff. And with me and my husband, and it was, I think, my husband's first time to go in. It wasn't that pleasant, and I could see in his face, like, they were right next to us. It wasn't like across the store. They were right next to us, and they came like we arrived around the same time, and they immediately got offered all that. We never got asked for anything. And I remember he was looking at them and looking at me and like, why we're all customers. Why are they treated differently than we are? I did encourage him to dress down. I like just jeans and all that. I don't know. To me, I don't really go and shop and dress to impress. I go there, I'm shopping, I'm there, and if I have money, that's why I'm there. I'm not there to impress you on my wardrobe. So I did encourage him to wear like this beat up pair of shoes. So that also didn't help. I mean, they were wearable. They were not like the best ones, but still, I mean, we didn't go in there looking like we got mud on our faces or mud on our clothes or holes in or anything. Like, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that at all. It was just, we just looked really casual. He wore a shirt and I wore a sweater, because it was in October, it was in October. He might have wore a sweater, like a simple long sleeve sweater maybe, and some jeans and some shoes. He wore some shoes or sneakers, and I think I had my shearling coat, a scarf, a light sweater, my yoga pants again, and my Ugg boots. But the people that are over there that were wearing like a button-down shirt for the guy, and I don't remember what the girl wore, and he wore like a gold watch or something like that. My husband doesn't wear watches. I don't wear watches, and I mean, I wore like my engagement ring, my wedding ring. I might have worn a necklace. My jewelry are usually like pretty simple like this. They're not really too flashy. So I don't really like I don't have a lot of chunky jewelry. I think that's just not my style. I mean, they're beautiful. I just don't think it's my style. So I didn't wear stuff like that. And I think the guy wore like a gold chain or something. So I guess if you go in there, you wear a gold chain, you wear a button-down shirt, you get offered a champagne. And if you wear your plain sweater with the person you're there with just like a simple sweater, some jeans, and some like ordinary shoes, then I guess you don't get offered anything. I have seen in my Louis Vuitton Facebook group, which is amazing. There are a lot of ones that they copy it, and it's the one with the banner where there's a woman with an old-fashioned hairdo, and it's a side view. So when you open the banner, the woman is over to the left side facing right, and you can see it's a light view, and it's all brown, like a chocolate brown. And I believe there's like the monogram logos everywhere. And I think she's sitting down, and there's this long table, I think. I'm not sure, but I know she's facing right. The other ones that have other banners with lower member count, that's a different Facebook group. That's not where I belong to. So anyway, it's just, I see a lot of people there with mixed experiences. I see really, really good experiences, which I'm very, very happy for them. I don't wish anybody to have the same experience that I do. I just kind of wish that I never had like a bad experience with them, But I've also had other people had really bad experiences too inside the Louis Vuitton store. And I knew, like, I'm not alone. It wasn't like I was singled out and there was just something like, oh my gosh, there she is. Yeah, don't give her anything, just her, because when you're there and you're the only one, like, not getting offered anything, you feel like you're the only one that, like, can't, left out, and everybody else is like completely welcomed, completely loved. And guess what? I still bought a bag that day because my husband wanted to buy that for me. We just kind of disregarded on how they kind of made me feel and stuff. We did stay there for about an hour or two, and I kind of did think about it a little bit more because I went in there for a different bag. I wanted the Alma PM in the Damier Bean, and I kind of switched to the Vuitton GM. I looked around in the store, and at that point in time, I only wanted the Damier Bean, and the choices I had for the Damier Bean weren't really that many. So I stuck with, I thought about it, and I told the SA, you know what, I'll think about it. I'll walk around in the store. I'll try it again. I'll look in the mirror. And she said, yeah, take your time. She was patient. The only thing that I think that I didn't like is just because the other people next to us got offered champagne and we didn't. But other than that, she was pretty nice. She was very patient. She was very helpful. She answered all the questions. But that was just the only thing that kind of lacked the experience. If nobody else got offered any water or champagne in the entire store, I don't think I would have, cared. I really, I wasn't there to drink champagne and water. But because of the fact that everybody else got offered and everybody else got their champagne, it made us feel really like awkward and awful. Just, it kind of felt like you're giving us the wrong signals and saying that maybe we're not very welcome, but you just don't want to be rude and mean about it. So that is my other experience with Louis Vuitton inside the store. I mean, if you compare it to the other ones, being like shushed from across the room and then bolts over, like, don't do that, don't take your picture, stop doing that, blah, 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 blah. Like, that was pretty extreme. Also being told to your face that bag usually really does match with someone who looks a little bit more professional. Or just ditching you for more customers that's over there, like 4 or 5 of them that wanted to look at the same bag that you did, and she just gave it to them. I mean, I think the one time that they did that, I think an offer for champagne or water would have been nice. But that's just me, I think that they should just probably kind of organize or uniform their sales associate or their SAs, because you really don't want to make even one or isolate one person, because you don't know what's in their bank account. You don't know how much cash they have. You really don't know their background. Just because they're wearing something casual and not very flashy and not really, not extremely flashy, it doesn't really mean they don't have the money to buy anything in your store. It just means that that's their personality and that's their choice in life. Not everybody who's flashy is actually has a lot of money. They just know how to dress and look flashy. If I wanted to do that, I would do that, but that's just not my style. So I'm not really like, I guess I don't really like that kind of thing. I think it makes me feel like some people that you do that, I feel like they do that to get attention. And I don't even know if the stuff that they're wearing is actually like real. And even if it is, they could be in a lot of debt. Everybody's different. And I'm not saying the couple that was right next to us was anything like that. And if you like to dress up like that, I'm not saying you're one of those people, but I have known people that do kind of exert more because they feel like they want to prove something. I don't know what, and I don't even know if they know that, but that's just what I've learned. I'm not saying everybody, okay? I'm just saying there are certain people like that, but I'm kind of trying to say, don't judge a book by its cover. And especially in sales, I think a lot of people just don't want to waste their time on certain people and believe that they'll waste their time spending that effort to sell something, and they believe that that person doesn't have the means for it. Anyway, so I wanted to share those few things. I don't remember any other incidents, good or bad. Another good one. I went in the Chicago, Michigan Avenue Louis Vuitton store. I was looking around, and there were two different SAs that did approach me. And they this is separate occasions, but in the same time that I was at the store. So I was looking around, and they were both very helpful, very pleasant. And you know, I just immediately said, it's okay, I'm just kind of browsing right now. I don't really know what I'm looking at or looking for, and I'll let you know when I know what I want, because I was kind of on the fence with some footwear, and then some luggages caught my eye, so I got a little bit confused, and so I was going back and forth, and I wanted to look, and you know, they one of the SAs did offer to show me a particular item behind the counter, and I said, no, it's fine, I'm still looking right now. And at some point I did ask him some questions, and he was very knowledgeable, and he was very helpful too. Again, I wasn't offered any water or champagne. And then I went to, because the luggage area is in the back in the Michigan Avenue store, I don't know if they changed it, and in the middle part of it, on the left side when you come in, were shoes. So I went to the shoe department, and I was looking around for them, and I think around that time there were no shoes that I liked, but I was looking at them, and I was kind of trying them just to see what the comfort level might be and if it does fit. And then one of them did approach me and offered help if I wanted to try a pair, and they wanted, if there was a size that I was looking for, and if there was, you know, a particular shoe that I was interested in. And so he was also very, very helpful. So that was really nice. But yet again, I wasn't offered any water or champagne. But he was pretty nice. He wasn't rude or anything. He didn't say, oh my gosh, those kind of shoes, they deserve to be with somebody that is taller or more professional or something rude like that. He wasn't rude or anything. So those are also the good ones. So it wasn't really all that bad, but I don't think the good ones are actually like spectacular. They were just okay. They were good. They weren't rude to me. They weren't insulting me. They weren't hurting my feelings. But I think knowing the fact that a lot of other people get offered water or champagne, it just, to me, it just feels like it's lacking just because everybody else gets it but me. So I just wanted to share that in case, you know, anyone out there has never been offered a glass of water or a glass of champagne. You're not alone. I've been to the Louis Vuitton stores for a lot of times, and not once have I been offered any of that. And I guess also when they have looked me up, this is a time in which my account was not that great. So my account weren't coinciding with their system, and I'll talk about it in a different video, but because I want to focus on just my experience in store, good and bad, not spectacular. So that's why I really don't feel the need to go to a store. It is kind of out of my way, but if I could just send items that need repair or replacement, if there's a defect or an issue, if I can send it not directly to a store but to a different location, I would prefer that, just because I don't know, I just feel like my experiences were not as spectacular, and I've seen people get spectacular experiences, and I've never had one of those ever. So it makes me feel like I don't really want to deal with them as much as possible, unless that I have to. So anyway, thank you so much for the time and watching my video. Excuse me. I hope it helps somebody out there that have had kind of okay experiences, or not that great, not that spectacular experiences. And I really do hope that they improve that, because it has made me feel kind of very discouraged to go to a store to buy anything there. I feel like if I do go in the store, it's just to see what it looks like in person and then buy it the same day and online. You know, just because I haven't felt like I've been treated spectacularly inside Louis Vuitton store. The best store I've had an experience with was Chanel. They did offer to hand me water. They were very helpful and all that stuff. And mind you, it was pretty much the same outfit as what me and my husband wore when we would go to Louis Vuitton. A Gucci store too was pretty nice. I didn't really deal with them because I did it once over. I didn't really ask to look at items and really engage with the people there. But I did do that with the Chanel store on Michigan Ave in Chicago, and they were really great. I did forget her name, but she was great, and she was like very, very helpful, and I didn't even buy anything. She was very helpful, and my husband just, sat there in the chair, and I looked at everything around, and I don't know. I feel like Chanel is just not my style. They're very beautiful regardless. It's just, I want a specific bag. I want a specific size. I want a specific closure, and it just doesn't hit all the major bullet points that I want. So that's why I haven't gotten a Chanel bag. I have a Chanel perfume. I have Chanel makeup, but just not any bags or wallets. It just hasn't fit my style so far, or what my criteria are. So anyway, I'm sorry for my voice, and that's why I might sound a little bit like I'm sleeping or something. I've just been feeling off under the weather it's been deteriorating it's been gotten worse for the past week. But, it's my body adjusting to my pregnancy. Again, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope it was helpful in any way for anybody there. I hope you subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to maybe leave me some comments down below for me to enjoy to read. And thank you so much again for your time. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.